It's hard to believe that at 18, I began my journey in filmmaking. Since then, I've successfully made 7 films, including 1 feature film. But what would I tell my younger self in regards to my first film? Because man, I was stressed. So your first film's gonna suck, but that's a good thing. Here's why. You're starting from ground zero, bro, or sis, my bad. There's gonna be a lot to learn. For my first film, we shot on a cheap Sony camcorder with only one 8GB SD card. We also prioritized daylight for lighting purposes and tried to minimize night scenes as much as possible. The only thing I can wish I had given more attention to, however, is audio. Literally no effort was put into this, and that is why it is my first ever film. One thing every filmmaker should know is to put audio before any and everything else. You're going to deal with people up and quitting on you, and if you don't, then where you at? Because you a lucky person out there. With people not really being that interested or passionate as you early on because you're more so relying on favors, you're going to get quite a bit of people that are going to drop out, and that's okay. Keep going, recast. It's cool. We're going to get through this. When it comes to casting, you need to recruit your family first, and then look to your inner friend circle. And then after that, I highly recommend going over to social media and checking out local rappers, musicians, or people, of course, involved in theater.
Filming time.
Don't get married to the page. Don't get married to the script. Your first couple films aren't going to be exactly what you wrote. Action.
But I still need to talk to you about something.
Bro, if you're breaking over me, you gotta use hands.
You're going to be dealing with a lot of inexperienced people. You're still kind of inexperienced, so it's going to be kind of hard to fully bring to life what you envision.
Get a little closer. No, when you're on the bed. Yeah, when you're on the bed.
The high that you're going to be on starting out is going to turn into a very grounded point of view by the end of your first film, because you're going to go through some trials and tribulations. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very messy.
Calm down, man, please. That when I push you in the park.
Cut. There's going to be a lot of lonely nights where you're just like, am I really supposed to be doing this? Is it even worth it?
I was feeling real down. I was feeling mighty bad.
But I just want you to know that at the end of the day, it is worth it, because the story was put in your heart for a reason. So you got to tell it. You got to see this thing through. Keep going. While the film won't truly be what you pictured it would be, if you ask me, the only way a filmmaker can get an F on their film is if they decide not to finish. With people having to go back to school and college, we lost a lot of the cast, but I was determined to not give up on what I started, so we had to tweak the story a little to where we could recast roles and finish the film as a short. This is why I recommend to play it safe for your first film and make it a short, because it's much less of a commitment for those taking a chance on you on ground zero, trying to squeeze you into their already complicated lives. Originally, my first film was set to be an hour and 30-minute long feature film. However, after many setbacks and delays, I had to condense the screenplay last minute and quickly transform it into a short film, just so we could finish what we started. Okay, it's whatever. Let's go back to the campsite. The fire started.
You said a fire. Oh, shit.
Even though it can be discouraging, it's worth taking that leap and getting started, because filmmaking is one of the most hard but rewarding things you could ever do in this world, because it's so community focused. It's nothing like bringing people together to execute a vision that you had in your heart. So keep going. Your first film isn't meant to be an overwhelming success. No one's first film is, typically, unless you got money in the bank and while you're watching. Your first film is meant for you to just simply get started, to break out of the fear of saying, I can't make a film. Once you get the first one done and out of the way, then there's nothing you can't do. Just take it from me. This first one, while it wasn't my vision, I got it done. And 3 years later, I was able to turn around and make this story come to life the way I envisioned. So just do it. All right, I'm done. Cut.